Hello my friends, welcome watching my review of the retractable hose Holzmann WSR20 Pro. Actually I have decided to support our Austrian neighbors and I bought the retractable hose that is made by Austrian company that is specializing in the woodworking machines, and I got it from Slovak distributor or representative. It's actually, I was wondering what the Pro means on this package, and I don't regret that I have buy it. Of course, if I have 800 euro, I would buy German Ebinger solid metal retractable hose. If I've got 300 euro or 400 euro, I would buy American Flexzilla. If I've got 200 euro or 160, and I would buy what everybody is buying, it's a German Gardena with 5 years of warranty. But I was wondering how good quality is this and whether it is a good value for money or not. And I'm surprised, and I'll try to provide you very specific review maybe you haven't watched up to now, one like this. So as you can see, I got it in the package. The net weight or the gross weight is 9.3 kgs. Net weight is 8.1 kgs. In the package like this. Here is pictured how it looks inside the box. I put the box, and what was in the box is user manual in German and in English. Then you've got in the box the holder or the hanger that you mount to the wall, like this. Very solid. I was surprised how high quality fasteners and screws they supplied. Only these fasteners and screws cost maybe 10 euro. Very good quality. And I'll later explain you how to mount it whenever you are going to mount it to the concrete wall or wall of the house. So I'll put it aside. I'll put aside the box as well and show you what was in the box. And here you have it. If I measure it for you, the hose itself, diameter of the hose is 15.3 millimeters. As you can see, it's a solid, made of solid plastic parts. And what I was surprised, then you can get any spare parts for it, and you can replace it after the years of service. And that's what I like, and maybe that's why they call it a pro version. Even you cannot expect for the retractable hoses under the 200 euro that it will be made of steel, solid steel. Even the Gardena ones are made of plastic, full of plastic. But you cannot compare this one. This is way better quality than all these retractable hoses that they are buying in supermarkets for 60, 70, 80 euro. This is way better quality. This is a anti-kink hose, garden hose. And what I was surprised that they say, what is positive, that compared to Gardena ones, you've got good holders. So whenever you are going to winterize it and you are going to store it inside the house, you've got good holder, solid holder. And look at this. This is a solid metal piece that you are connecting to the part that goes, that you are mounting on the wall. And it's 180 degrees. I will tell you a few things from the instructions. The hose can be fixed at the selected length. You can mount the WSR20 Pro with the pin to the wall, but by retaining the pin a mobile use of the WSR20 Pro is possible. The water hose is king resistant. Turn off the water supply before you roll up the tube. After work, you roll up the hose completely. Do not expose the hose in a blazing sun or cold temperature for a long time, because that can damage the flexibility of the hose and the rolling up would be more complicated. What is positive surprise is that the hose that you are connecting to the water supply is supposed to be, according to manual, 1 meter long. It's not true. It's actually 2 meters long. I measured it, so it's great. Many people maybe didn't buy it because they were afraid that it will be too short. I measured this side of the hose, and it's actually not 20 meters, but 19 and a half, 19.8 meters. Then there is with the yellow sellotape made a stop sign. As you can see, you've got the stop ball here. Another good thing that you can, without the need of any tools, you can take it away like this. Nice. That's it. As you can see, it is supplied with the stuff like this. The quality of the hose, from my point of view, this is not a cheap garden hose. As you can see, it's a king resistant compared to the models from supermarket. It's actually not the professional garden hose, I think, but it's a very, very good quality for the price. I got it for €90, and it's 20 meter version, official 20 meter version. And compared to Gardena, 20 meters long, it's cost, I think, 140 or 150 euro. So you save 50, 60 euro. That's nice if you've got good quality for even better price. And on the other side, the side that is we are connecting to the water supply, you've got quick connection, classic quick connection, 1.5, and this one. And I'm not going to pull out the full 19.8 meters length, not now, because I would like to surprise you with something. I'll just pull it a little bit, just to show you how it looks when you pull it out. Pull the hose 30 centimeters faster so you don't hear the ratcheting noise. Hold the water hose in hand until it is fully rolled up. Pull the hose out to the desired length, minimum 1.5 meters. The stop function of the hose box can be activated and can be noticed by clicking sound. So in manual, there is a manual how to mount it in the wall. There is a small disadvantage that the letters are so small that you can't see it properly, but I'll tell you what kind of drills you need. And what is positive too, that you've got all the spare parts over here, and you can order anything after the years of service. If something is worn out, you can get it. And there are a few bits that surprised me in a positive way, and that's nice. As the producer declares, we monitor our products even after the delivery. And now I'll show you something that others reviews don't show you. I'll show you how it looks inside. Before I wanted to buy it, I wanted to see whether it is worth to buy it or not, but I didn't find any reviews, any manuals, and any disassembling or how to disassemble video, even the Gardena one. Gardena garden hoses, retractable hoses. So I'll show you how to do it for you now. And it's actually very, very easy. Because compared to cheaper models, and I don't know how it is with the Gardena, if it's possible or not, in this model you can replace after the years. If you find that the hose is worn out or damaged, you can replace it. And that's nice. So what you need to use a classic flat screwdriver and use it as a lever and to take out this. So we got rid of this right side, and there are some instructions over here. So I'll read them for you. There are very small letters, but hopefully I'll be able to read it. Occasional spring adjustment may be necessary when the spring has relaxed over time, the hose has been replaced, large temperatures have occurred, ground conditions change. Caution. Only adjust the spring when the hose is fully rewound. Do not over-tighten the spring. Turn the crank clockwise to increase the tension, counterclockwise to reduce the tension. Turn the crank 5 times in a desired direction. Check the spring tension by pulling a short length of hose and letting it rewind. Repeat if necessary. Add or reduce tension until there is just enough tension to fully rewind the hose. So that's it. I'll show you how it looks from the side. That's it. And over here is the thing that after the months or years of service you can adjust the tension of the spring. I don't believe that the cheaper models or even Gardena models have got this function. So that's very nice. So I think that this tool deserves the Pro in the name. Even, of course, it's not professional version. I mean metal piece like for 800 euro, like the Ebinger. So this is how it works when you pull the hose. And it stops. So I'll put it back. And now I'll get rid of the plastic part on the other side as well. So to show you how it looks there. Again, very easy, very easy. You've got signs left side and right side on this tool, so that's nice. And here is the way how it is connected to the over here to this plastic part. I think even this, if necessary, if it's leaking, you can replace it. Only then you will use these specific parts, metal parts, and tighten it. And so this is how it looks from this side and from the bottom. And now another surprise, I'll show you how it looks inside. First of all, you have to get rid of the stop ball, this one. Hopefully you can see it. So I'll put it away. And now we will be able to get inside this pack, and you will see how it looks there. So now you have to use a Phillips screwdriver like this one, and to remove 2 screws, one over here and one on the other side. So I'll just do it. And with the flat screwdriver, use it as a lever carefully, don't damage anything. There you go, one side. Other side too, and that's it. Here you have it. Now you can take off this styling red front plastic cover like this, put it aside, and I'll show you how it looks inside. This is the way. So Now I'll pull out the full length of the hose, so it means 19.7 meters. You can hear and see that the spring is quite powerful. Not like in the cheap supermarket models. And over here you can see the stop sign, the yellow sellotape. So over here is, I think, 19.2 meters or something like that. And there is a little bit more of the hose. So I'll show you how it looks inside. It's all made of plastic, but it looks like it's not the cheap plastic part. Actually, the box itself is made of PP. It's polypropylene, if I remember right. I wanted to show you how the hose is connected. So hopefully you will see it over there. So it's easy to replace hose if necessary for the new one. That's very nice. And now let me roll it in. You see? That's it. So over here you can see kind of a nearly transparent, yellow transparent belt. So we can install back the front red styling cover as it was before. Again, it's easy, it's not a big deal, anybody can handle it. I'll just have to find a way how it was before. You could hear the click, so that's it. Now I'll tighten the screws with the Phillips screwdriver on the side. And on the other side as well. That's it. So now that's the left side. So over here is written left side as well. So just that's it. You could hear the click. And right side again. Over here, I don't know, but it's not written where it's made, but it's Austrian company, Holzmann Maschinen, Austria, WSR 20 Pro, 20 meters, 8.1 kgs. So I'll just again, that's it. And the last thing that I'm going to put back the stop ball. You don't need any tools to move it wherever you want. So that's, again, as I mentioned, that's very nice. That's it. So I'll put it like this. Now I'll tell you, whenever you are going to mount it to the concrete wall or to the wall of the house, what you need. You need, of course, a drill, and you need 12 millimeters thick one. And the way how it works is, because it's not written in the instruction, you just drill the hole into the wall, and yeah, of course I have to tell you how deep the hole has to be. So the hole has to be 5 centimeters deep and 1.2 millimeters in diameter. So you drill the hole to the wall, you just put it against the wall, mark it with a screwdriver or with the pencil or with something, and then drill the holes 5 centimeters deep, or 5.5, even better. And this way you put it into the hole, because whenever you are tightening the screw like this, imagine that there is a wall and you put it like this, and the washer and the washer with the spring, and then the screw. Whenever you are tightening it, this one is widening, so it's fixing inside the wall. So now you understand how all 4 of them has to be tightened. And that's basically everything what I wanted to tell you in this short review. I'm not gonna go outside and install it, because I'm not gonna mount it to the wall, house wall. I probably install it to the wooden fence, so I'll use a different version with the different screws. And as I believe my watchers or viewers, they know how the water flows through the pipe, so they don't necessarily have to see it in the review video. I hope this kind of a different review did help you. And there is another option. So you know, there is not only Gardena, which is of course a good quality one, but there is a good Holzmann WSR20 Pro retractable hose. They make it and sell it even in the 15. It's not a Pro version. 15 meters long is not a Pro version, it's M version, and 30 meters. As if I have checked the website properly, the 30 meters one, of course, is a bigger package and bigger box, cost around 120 euro. This did cost me 90 euro. So, if you liked this review, smash it a like or comment it. Thank you for watching and have a nice evening. Bye.